Okay, fifth graders, this is our review for our 16B test that we're going to take tomorrow, and this is our pre-test 16A. Ekami bought 3 novels for $3.95 each and a bookmark for 35 cents. What was the total cost of the items? So we take the $3.95 and we multiply that by 3 because we have 3 of those books, and 3 times 9 is 27 plus 1 more is 28. 9 plus 2 is $11.85. Now we need to add that 35 cents in there. Put that 35 cents where it belongs after the decimal points there. Carry our 1, 8 and 3 is 11 plus 1 more is 12. Carry our 1. So then we end up with $12.20. $12.20. Now the next one we look at, 2 to the 5th power. The 5 tells me I need to write the 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I put my multiplication sign in between each one of them. Now that's different than 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. We're going to shortly see this does not equal 10. So we start with 2 times 2, we get 4. We times that by 2, we get 8. We times that by 2, we get 16. And we times that by 2, and we get 32. 32 is our answer. We could also do it and say 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And then times that by 2. And either way, 4 times 4 is 16 times 2 gives me 32. Either way, we're getting 32. All right, the next one we want to write is a decimal. I have 2 zeros, so I need 2 places after my decimal. I put my decimal point in. I have 83 on the top, so 83 goes on my line. All right, how many millimeters are in 62 5/10 of a meter? Well, if we have millimeters to meter, it is 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. In this situation, we can do it one of 2 ways. We can take 62.5 and multiply it by 1,000, dropping our zeros off to the side. 5, 2, 6, but then we have one number after the decimal point. So we need one number after the decimal point, or just drop that last number. And we have 62,500. 62,500. The other way of doing this is to take and move our decimal point 3 over, since the only difference between this and this are 3 zeros. So we take our number 62.5, move our decimal over 3 places, fill zeros in over here, and now we have a comma here. So now we have 62,500 millimeters. Next question. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. 5 kilograms of sugar is how many grams of sugar? So I have 1,000 times 5, or 5,000 grams of sugar. It's a lot of sugar. All right, next one. Which digit is in the same place as the 7 in this number? So 7 is 1 past the decimal point. So up here, the 8 is in the tenths column, just like the 7 is in the tenths column. So the 8 is the number that we have there. All right, next. We have 2/3 is greater than, less than, or equal to 2/3 times 3/3. Well, remember 3/3 is the same as 1. So if I'm taking 2/3 times 1, if I have one group of 2/3, that's the same as 2/3. So we have an equal sign here. Okay. On number 8, we have write a fraction equal to 2/3 that has 24 as the denominator. So we have 3 times what equals 24. We have 3 times 8 equals 24. So what we did to the bottom, we do to the top. 2 times 8 is 16, so we should have 16 24ths. Name all the prime numbers between 20 and 30. Between, so I start with 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. All right. Well, I can forget about all the even numbers because I can multiply 2 by something to get that. So it's not just 1 times 22, 1 times 24. I can get 2 and 11 here. I can do 8 and 3 here. So I cross out all the even numbers because that means they're not prime. I can always divide by 2 or multiply by 2, so not prime. Now I am left with the odd numbers. Well, I know anything that ends in 5 can be divided by 5, so we cross out that 5. Now we have 21. I know 21 can be 7 and 3, so I'm crossing out that. So the only 2 prime numbers we have in here are 23 and 29. Those are our 2 prime numbers. Find the length of the centimeter to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. So I have 3 whole ones, so I have 3. And then I go over 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3/10, or you can write it as 3 and 3/10 that way. Centimeter. Okay, so either one is fine. When you look at number 11, you have some adding to do. So I'm going to start with $4 and $3.26. Actually, we're going to put the 4 and the 19 together. So let's do $3.26 plus the $4.19. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Decimal point, $sign, of course. Now I have $28.07 to add to that, so I'm going to put my $28.07. All right, then we have 7 and 5 is 12, carry my 1, 5, decimal point, 7 and 8 is 15, carry my 1, $35.52. You can also add it up different ways just to make sure. You can do your 7 and 19 is 26 cents, so you can do 28.26. And then you know that this and this can be $7.26. So you can add it like that. And you're still going to get $35.52. Okay, so it doesn't matter which way you add them up, as long as you're careful about your cent sign and your dollar sign. Don't mess those up. All right, so over here, we're going to just add them together. 6 and 5 is 11, carry my 1. 7 and 2 is 9, plus 1 more is 10, carry my 1. 9 and 1 is 10, and 7 more is 17, carry my 1. 27.01. 27 and 1/100ths. 27.01. Okay, for subtraction here, we're just going to put that place value holder there so we know that there's nothing there anyway. 5 minus nothing is 5. Have to regroup here, and that becomes a 13. 13 minus 6 gives me 7. Decimal point. We have to regroup again. We get 10 minus 8 is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have 22.75. 22.75. All right, for our last one, I'm just going to write it over the side here. We have 6690 divided by 30. All right, so how many 30s can I get out of 60? 2. 2 times 30 is 60. Subtract. Bring down my 9. How many 30s can I get out of 69? 2. 2 times 30 is 60. Subtract. Bring down my 0. How many 30s can I get out of 90? 3. 3 times 3 times 30 is 90. Subtract, we have 0 left over, so 223 for number 14. 223. All right, on to the back side. And remember, if you need to review something that I've already done, you can always review this or rewind this video and go over it again. All right, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16, and 3 more is 19. Put my decimal point in and my dollar sign. We have $19.28. Going on to the next one, we have 20 times 70 times 50. So what I do is I cross off all 3 zeros and I put them down for my answer over here to the side. Now I'm going to do 2 times 7 times 5. I'm going to actually switch them up and do 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 times 7 is 70. Put my comma in, I have 70,000. Because this is what you're ending up with. You have your 3 zeros already, so you have to do 2 times 7 times 5. Alright, on to number 17. We have how many 3's can we get out of 13? We can get 4, so that goes above the 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Sister, subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. Brother in town, so bring him on down. How many 3's can I get out of 12? 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract. Bring down that 3. How many 3's can we get out of 3? 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract, we have 0. Our decimal point goes between the two 4's. Our dollar sign goes over here. $4.41. So let's check our answer. $4.41 times 3. 3. 12, carry my 1. 12 and 1 is 13. 1323, 1323, they match. If I had a remainder, I would add that in at the end. Alright, let's take a look at 18. We're adding. We want our denominators to be the same. Our denominators are the same, so we put the 6 down at the bottom. Now we add the top numbers. 3 and 4 is 7. So here we have 7, 6. We can leave it like that, but I would rather you start getting used to this, where 7, 6, well, I have 1 whole 1, and then I have 1 out of 6 left over. So 1 and 1 6 was the same as 7, 6. Okay? All right. Number 19. In multiplication, it's different. We multiply the bottom, and then we multiply the top. So 7 times 1 is 7. 10 times 3 is 30. So we get 7 30ths. 7 30ths. On to number 20. AB is 32. From here to here is 32. From A to C is 50. And we need to find this missing short piece. So we take our 50, we subtract 32 from it, and when we regroup and go through it, we get 18 millimeters. I'll double check my work. 18 millimeters plus 32 millimeters gives me 50 millimeters, which is what I have up here. Now, like I said before, the benefit of distance learning is that you can go through things and you can take your time. You don't have anybody else around you that's doing the same test. So you have that time. Take the time. Do it right. Show your work. I need to see your work. And good luck on your test tomorrow. I know you'll do great.